Hi, my name is Glenda. Today I would like to share my personal narrative with a title of Standing by Integrity. What is integrity? What is the definition of integrity? Integrity is the quality of being honest and having a consistent and uncompromising adherence to strong and ethical principles and values. I think it is one of the most valuable traits of a person can have, staying true to your values even if it's cost you something. In a person, there are some key aspects of integrity. Number one, honesty and ethical conduct, which is being honest with their words and action. Second, accountability. They take responsibility for their actions and uphold their commitments. And the third is respect, treating others with fairness, kindness, and dignity. I have this one question. Have you ever misunderstood even when you do the right thing? In my experience, during a moment at work that challenged my professionalism and character, as a team leader in my previous job, once asked a colleague who was coming in for my shift to help if she could take over on one of my team members to continue to operate the machine so my team could leave on time. I asked her politely, but instead of helping, she gave me a very disrespectful attitude. So in that moment, I felt upset and embarrassed in front of my team. Still, I chose not to argue. I didn't say anything. I just walked away and informed her team leader about what had happened. And then the next day, however, I was called into the HR. To my surprise, I was reported by that person that I was the one who had been rude and unprofessional. The situation had been twisted, and despite my explanation, HR wanted me to sign a disciplinary action notice. I refused because I knew it was not the truth, and eventually I left the company. I quit my job. As unfair as it felt, I realized that this experience could teach me more about myself than I had expected. So this experience taught me the importance of how to handle a conflict, how my perceived self aligns with my public self, and how can I use my strengths to navigate future challenges. So today we will discuss three patterns I noticed in my behavior during this incident, comparing my self-perception to how others saw me and outline an action plan for applying my strengths in future professional situations. So we have the three main points: the pattern, self-portrait, and action plan. I interviewed some of my colleagues. I saw some patterns how these people see me. First, strong work ethic and dedication. The second is leadership and support for others. Third, positive influence and role model. And lastly, teamwork and willingness to help. Reflecting on the situation, I noticed several patterns in my behavior. First, calmness under pressure. I consistently communicate politely and professionally, even under stress. Second, proper communication. I avoid confrontation and prefer to address issues through proper channels. Rather than reacting to her disrespectful attitude, I calmly walk away and reported the incident to the shift team leader. And lastly, I value integrity. I remain composed and choose integrity over arguing, even when wrongly accused. These patterns reveal that I approach challenges with patience and they focus on ethical behavior rather than letting emotions drive my actions. The next is self portrait. Compare and contrast perceived self and public self. The incident also highlighted a significant difference between my perceived self and my public self. Publicly, I may have appeared calm and composed, perhaps even indifferent during the conflict. But internally, however, I felt a mix of frustration, embarrassment, and injustice. My perceived self reflects a commitment to integrity, fairness, and professionalism, while my public self was misinterpreted by HR as rude and unprofessional. This contrast taught me the importance of trusting my judgment and staying true to my values, regardless of how others perceive me. So, for the transition, recognizing the difference helped me develop an action plan to leverage my strengths in future professional settings. For my action plan, applying my strength, I will continue to practice professionalism and effective communication, even when faced with disrespect. I will also take steps to document situations more carefully so that my side is clear in case of future misunderstandings. Personally, I plan to apply these strengths in my relationship and decision making, ensuring that I act with self respect while encouraging fairness and empathy in others. By intentionally leveraging my resilience, patience, and professionalism, I can transform challenges into opportunities for growth and empowerment. Lastly, is the action step. I will seek out workplaces that value fairness, respect, and accountability. This experience also motivates me to guide others when they face conflict, reminding them that integrity is more important than simply being right in the eyes of others. So I have these quotes from the individuals I interviewed. So the first one is from Maurice. She is my sister-in-law. She said that no matter how hard the past is, you can always begin again. So no matter what mistakes, hardships she faced in the past, no one could define her future. And then the next one is from Emarita. She is my coworker. We may encounter defeats, but we must not be defeated. So when she left her previous job because of the work environment she was in, doors opened for her with new opportunities to learn, improve and grow stronger. However, it's just because she experienced some disappointments and defeats does not mean she has to accept it as the end. And lastly, from Laika, she's my former coworker. She said that be the best version of yourself. And she said that when she struggled with impatience, that's what she learned practicing patience and empathy. She also developed skills. She strived to improve her character so that she will become authentic, responsible, and capable version of herself without competing with others. So, for my conclusion, this experience highlighted patterns in my behavior, clarified the relations between my self perception and how others see me, and guide me toward an action plan that leverages my strength. Being wrongly accused of rudeness was painful, but it revealed who I am and who I want to be. For my main points review, I recognize that key patterns in my conduct, examine the alignment between myself and public image, and develop practical steps for future professional growth. Reason to remember. Though I was unfairly accused, this situation reinforces my values of integrity, professionalism, and resilience qualities that will continue to guide me in every challenge I face. I hope you guys have some takeaways regarding my personal narrative, and thank you for watching my presentation.